This arrived this morning. It's an electronic vaping device, an e-cigarette sort of thing. And what caught my interest about this is that it actually takes 3 AA cells, just ordinary alkalines or nickel metal hydrides. And it comes with these alkaline cells, and the other option I put in some nickel metal hydrides, just generic, fairly high capacity ones, 2500 mAh. And I ran them down deliberately from the full charge state to the 1.2 volt per cell. And the voltage does drop a little bit when you press the button to actually energise the heating element, but it's still at the standard operating voltage of nickel metal hydride cells. It still puts out quite a decent amount of vapour. It seems to be well rated for that. Makes me realise that the ones with lithium cells, probably the voltage drops quite a lot when you press the button to activate the heater. Now, it came in this packet. It's don't need that bit. Electronic cigarette iExpress 2. And it does say it's by a company called Jomotech, who have branded the batteries in the same colour style. And this came from a random eBay seller. It wasn't one of the big Chinese companies or anything like that. It was an eBay seller in the UK called 206 D-Lite, D-L-I-T-E. And it, obviously, you know, this isn't some mass reseller of stuff. All he seems to be selling is a few of these on his listings and car components, used and unused car components. So I'm guessing it's just an individual. So it takes standard Ego style atomizers, the sort of industry standard. And the button, I'm guessing, from its location, I could be wrong, it's directly above the negative terminal here. I'm guessing maybe it's just a metal strip that's pressing down, because that's all it really feels like. And the only other thing, there's no active electronics, well, not that I know of. I've not opened it yet. We're about to open it shortly. They do have their Jomotech logo on here as well. When you press the button, a green LED lights, and that's it. So I'm guessing, I don't think this is a proper button as such. I think it's just pushing a metal strip down. It's an improvised button, which is reasonable enough for the sort of high current involved. The LED and a resistor, and I'm guessing that's it. They have put little silicon pads over the screws. I don't know if that's a cosmetic thing or if they're trying to hide their top secret electronics. But they can't hide anything from us. Now, one thing I notice, as is common with the 3 AA cell holders, because the circuit goes down, then up, and then down again, there's a wire leading from the bottom, from the positive terminal, and it's very, very thin, much like typical electronic cigarette wires. So let's see if I can get these little silicon bungs out. I may have to use a thinner screwdriver. Oh no, there they go. There we go. Ah, they'll go back in again, I think. Not too hard to get out. And where's my crosshead? I'll just unscrew that at the moment. I'm using my own e-liquid, obviously. Just a mixture of glycerine with just enough water to make it viscous enough to go into the, you know, runny enough to go into the cartridge. And this one has a drop of mojito flavouring in it. So I wonder if this is based on a standard AA type battery pack, or if it's a complete custom job, because it is quite stylish. It's got an interesting printed texture over it, and it does have their logo, so it may have been designed from scratch. Oh, there's the resistor for the LED. The button is actually a real button. It's one of those click on, click off buttons that you'd find in the end of a torch, but it's actually just not actually click on, click off. It's got that mechanism removed, so it's just momentary action. And after that, it's the block. Oh, I think that's metal. Is that glued in? The wire is excruciatingly thin. Hold on, I'll give it a tooth test. Yeah, that's metal. That seems to be machined out of aluminium. Little resistor tucked in there. The little resistor tucked in there very close to the actual metal, I'm guessing. It's not that close really that you can just bend it away like this. Yeah, so really not that much to it, but the effect when it's in use is actually, it's pretty good, I have to say. It does a very good job of vaporizing because alkaline cells and the nickel metal hydride ones have, they've got quite a low internal resistance, so there's oodles of gutsiness for heating the liquid. Yeah, I quite like this. I also like the fact that it's just standard batteries, and this should last a long time because ultimately you can just put in, you're not going to be restricted by the life of a lithium cell, and it's also quite nice to hold as well. It's quite a chunky little device. Not that expensive. It cost me £8.99 inclusive, and that's not that bad. And came with the first set of batteries, which is no great deal because Poundland does does a pack of 6 decent AA alkalines for £1, or you can stick in your own nickel metal hydrides. And it's got scope for hacking. If you wanted to hack it, you could beef up that wire for a start and put in a different colour of LED if you wished. But yeah, and of course change the atomizer for your choice because ultimately it is just a standard atomizer. Yeah, I quite like that. I quite like it indeed.